Welcome guys, welcome to my channel. On this channel I cover stock market technical analysis. Let's get right into it. There's not a whole lot to cover. Today's kind of a grind session. However, we're trading basically right at some key levels. So I think it's important to at least point them out so that you can be prepared for a big move if and or when it comes. I'm just going to run through these as fast as I can because there's not a lot that's changed from yesterday. But I just want to show you kind of what's going on. So right now, here's the cues. Here's your resistance, 229.54 basically, 229.40, somewhere right in there. We're just grinding around that. There's just not a lot. We're just kind of tapping it and rejecting. But I want to show you exactly where that's at as of right now. So here you go. Here's 229. I got it marked out right there. You can see today we ran up and hit it, rejected, came back down. We've then run back and up and hit it again. But this is during kind of the slow session of the day. So keep that in mind that, we've grinded higher on the slow session of the day right into resistance coming into, towards the, we got a few more hours left, but we're right at resistance. So what I'm looking for is we reject right around here. Maybe we pop it just briefly, suck in some breakout longs, and then we reject. And ultimately, I don't know if we're going to get it today, but there's this gap right here at 223.50, 223. It's about 223.50, right around there. Everyone sees that gap. I'm thinking we reject here and then run down and fill the gap into the close, and that kind of wipes out the whole entire week of gains. Because look at this week of gains. Pretty much Monday we gapped higher. Started to grind higher a little bit throughout the week. Wednesday we topped out and now we're starting to drift lower. So if we run down and close down to fill the gap, it basically just wipes out the entire week. And that's possible. So watching for that. SPY, same thing. Here's your resistance right here, 294.80 roughly. And again, I could be off a little bit, on a $294 stock. If I'm off by 50 cents either way, it's still within the range. But you can see we're just grinding around here. So same deal. And I'm looking for the same thing. Maybe we reject right here at 294.90, 294, 295, somewhere right in there. We reject. And this has a big old gap down to 286. So if we run down and sell off today, we would fill the gap, wiping out the entire week. There's also the potential for an island top reversal on both these indices. If we get a gap down one of these days, obviously not going to happen today, but maybe it'll be Tuesday, we get a gap down, then that creates an island top reversal right here. And this is kind of an island cluster, which means you have a gap up, then you have a cluster of candles or days traded, and then you have a gap down, creating this floating island top basically. And that's a reversal candle or a reversal pattern. XLV grind session moving down into the middle of the range. XLF grind session moving sideways. If I say grind session, ultimately the stock is not at a key level where I would look to be long or short. It's just kind of grinding. So if you're positioned long or short from another level, then, it's just kind of a hold basically. Walmart, it's, basically grinding down to this support right around 124. We've been here for a few days now, so it's just grinding here. Apple, sideways. Microsoft, basically sideways. Tesla sideways, common thing. Foot Locker, I was looking at this one because I was looking for some sort of activity today. There was a trade here. I didn't catch it. I didn't see it in time, but I had the levels marked out just in case we got some sort of sell-off down to 26, and it did sell off, but it's too late for that one personally. TVIX, again, just grinding along support right here. So, maybe we run down to 146. That would be your nearest. As of today, that would be support right around 146. Zoom, just kind of grinding within this kind of I drew out this intermediate support line, but basically the bigger picture, bearish rising wedge. If I knock this out, we're in the bearish rising wedge up near the resistance, but not quite there. I shorted this thing right up here at resistance. So far, profitable. I locked in, you know, the way, just an idea of how I trade and you know, maybe how a lot of other people trade. Basically, when you first establish a position around a major level, that's where you have the most amount of risk, because typically you take, you know, the full size position or whatever you're going to take. If the trade goes in your favor, what I like to do is sell some of that position, whether it's half or more, lock in that profit, and then you have a remaining position that you can then carry, and you're now very, very low risk. Really hard for you to lose on the trade at that point. And that's kind of how this Zoom trade has gone. So I was short right up here. The thing fell down. I locked in a good portion of my position yesterday, and I have a remaining position that now is I can let just continue to roll over and be a runner while minimizing my risk. So I have a very high risk or very high reward risk ratio, or a low risk, high reward probability on the trade now. So that's a way that you know, manage risk, and that's important to follow. So that's all I got for the video, guys. Really quick one. We're just grinding. If something happens towards the end of the day, maybe we get some sort of end of the day sell off and actually fill this gap. It's possible. Or maybe we just gap down. I don't know. If we don't fill the gap, I don't think we're going anywhere today. I think we're going to just continue to grind around these levels into next week. So thanks for subscribing. Hit that like button. Leave a comment below, and catch you guys on the next video.